knows nothing, can understand nothing. Plunge deeper into the darkness, and your heart will grow even stronger.
Good tidings, everybody, and welcome to the Ansem Report podcast. This is episode number 16. Is that correct?
Yes.
Holy cow, I always forget what episode we're on, but this is episode number 16 of the Ansem Report podcast. I am Spike Eddy, and here with me today, as always, is my brother Jason.
Hello.
Jason, you hear any good Kingdom Hearts news lately?
No, nothing at all.
Yeah, it's been a slow news week. Just kidding, Critical Mode dropped.
Oh my
Holy
God!
crap. We're going to talk Critical Mode a little later in the show. We're gonna give our first impressions of it. To be truthful with everybody, Critical Mode hasn't actually dropped yet for us.
Yeah.
But the second half of the show is going to be us after we've played Critical Mode.
But yeah, I'm going into the past to tell my past self about how it's going to happen in the future. Then that future self will come back and tell me.
Exactly. Basically, we were hoping Critical Mode was going to drop like Tuesday morning. We record this podcast on Tuesday, but it's not dropping until Tuesday night. And so we're recording the first part of our podcast now, and then the Critical Mode stuff will be after the break. So look forward to that. I don't have any impressions for you right now because I literally do not know.
It doesn't exist yet.
It doesn't exist. What's interesting, though, is there's patch notes that came with this, which they don't specifically tell you what Critical Mode is, which is what I would have wanted. But
it's not like patch notes that you would find in like a lot of other games.
Sora's attack up by 0.25 points.
And about minus 5 frames.
Minus like, 5 frames to Riku's whatever.
Right.
So it's nothing like that. But there's a New Game Plus, which they're pretty vague about. The only thing they said is that you could take Keyblades over. I don't know what the point in that is, I guess, unless you want to level up all your Keyblades. They added just some quality of life stuff, nothing too important.
Yeah.
On top of Critical Mode. So that's pretty exciting. Before we get to that, Jason, we have an announcement.
We do have an
big announcement at the start of the show.
Big announcement.
We've teased this a couple weeks now about something we're going to be doing in order to let you guys get more involved in the show and the channel and all that.
Yeah.
And we are dropping today.
Yep.
A Discord.
A Discord server.
A Discord server.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about our Discord server?
If you don't know what a Discord is, it's a free app that you can install on either your PC or your phone. So if you don't have like a laptop or if you don't have anything like that, you can do it on your phone, which is pretty cool. And basically what it is it's a bunch of voice channels and a bunch of text channels. And what that is we're going to have our announcements. If you want to talk about anything we've talked about on the podcast, if there's something you want us to talk about, you can put it in there. So you can kind of be... It's a direct line to us. We can see everything that's in there. We'll be in there.
We're going to be in there in the voice channels and the text channels.
Right.
If you guys just want to chat about anything, Kingdom Hearts.
We got a memes channel.
Right. It's also for...
Share the dank memes.
It's not just for the podcast. It's for the whole channel. And we're putting out an announcement for that too. But there's a specific section, because we are very much a Kingdom Hearts YouTube channel.
Right.
With other things. There's a specific section just for the Ansem Report podcast, and we'll be on there as mods, as will the Master of Masters eventually. Maybe some others. We might hire some mods. We're not sure yet. But I will say, there are a lot of YouTube channels and a lot of people that go, oh, subscribe to our Patreon, and you get to join our Discord server. We're not doing that. If you want to be in our Discord server, the link is in the description of either the YouTube video or the podcast you're listening to right now.
Yep.
And you can just join in.
It's real easy.
We ask that you don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
We have some light rules, nothing too crazy, but just, we want everybody to get along, have a good time. We're all about peace and love. And
friendship and hearts and memories.
And so there can be discussion, but we don't want people, getting too rowdy in there, and we'll boot you if you get too rowdy.
Yeah.
But we're excited.
Yeah.
We're excited for it to interact with you guys more.
It's gonna be fun.
The way our YouTube channel works, we record everything in advance, and so it's kind of hard to get hey, interact with us.
Shout people out. It's normally like a while after they've
So
done anything.
Go check out our Discord. It's live right now as of when this podcast is posted. That's when we're premiering it. And yeah, the link's in the description. Invite your friends. Come chat with us about our YouTube videos or podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or just Kingdom Hearts.
We'll have a random section where you can just talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Right.
But yeah, so that's our big announcement. Hopefully you guys are excited about that. Moving on, I do have a little bit of interaction for us this week.
Oh, snap.
A comment we received.
Oh, snap.
From someone that might be familiar to the podcast before. Oh, I didn't tell you this. Jameson said he wants to start an OP tracker for our Kingdom Hearts 3 Let's Play on the amount of things that you or I said were OP. Because he said it would be a very large list.
We need a supercut.
And then he just made a comment on, he's watching Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and it says OP tracker, lead pipe. So be on the lookout for the OP tracker.
It's OP.
Where is that comment? Okay. So friend of the podcast, contributor to the podcast, Kit Naoki.
Yep.
Previously had a comment. Drops a tidbit based on our Union Cross discussion of last
yeah, I've
week.
seen this, yeah.
Anyways, going to drop this tidbit here because I feel like it fits into the puzzle somewhere and you guys might have some fun thinking about it. In Kingdom Hearts 2, when Sora inspects the sleeping pods like the ones Goofy and Donald were in, there's text that says something along the lines of, it looks like it hasn't been used in a long time, implying that the other, I'll say, probably 3 to 5 pods aren't just for background clutter. They had a purpose. There were people other than Sora and Co. who were in memory pods at some point. Make of that what you will.
Oh,
so what Kit's getting at there, and shout out to Kit, is that maybe these people coming from the data worlds that they're in right now were using those pods in some way, right? Or did you interpret that differently?
No. It's okay. So it alludes to the fact that, like, right now we think that like Scold was like, it was the what do they call it? Project X or Person X? What do they call them? I can't remember. But like
what?
Like Scold is the person who they were doing tests on, right? So
I didn't know they called it Project X or anything.
Yeah, somebody like that's what like the community is calling it, right?
Okay.
So and they're like pretty much like, oh yeah, it's probably Scold, right? Well, they're thinking that the other like Dandelion leaders might have been there as well, and that they had them in memory pods as well.
Right, that's what I was saying.
Oh yeah,
it didn't
seem clear. It didn't seem clear at all.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, I might have said the wrong thing. I'm pretty sick right now. I'm on lots of cough medicine. So
okay.
Okay. So if anything I say today sounds, my voice is also much deeper than it normally is.
Oh yeah.
I got that deep bass because I'm all sicky.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm hopped up on drugs. So if I say something real crazy, just know next week Spaghetti will be normal Spaghetti. He'll just be hopped up on drugs and not sick. So
normal.
Just kidding. Speaking of Union Cross, Jason,
segueing,
boy. It is time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time.
Boy.
It's time for the first ever Jason's Union Cross 5 minutes.
Oh boy! All right,
Jason, I am setting 5 minutes on the clock.
Oh my God!
And go.
You actually just pressed go. Okay, so right now in Union Cross...
Wait. I think we need to explain this because it's the first time we're doing this.
Okay, yeah.
So basically what this is Jason started playing Union Cross from scratch.
Yes.
And every week...
Kind of.
Well, you'll explain it. But every week he's going to give us 5 minutes about what he did in Union Cross.
Okay, yep.
So that's basically what this is. So now we're going to restart the timer starting now.
All right, so I got onto the game. And I had already played 6 missions because I had installed the game like years ago, right?
Right. And that's understandable.
And I played it and was like, nope, not my thing, right?
Yeah.
Especially because I'm like, all right, let me pull up how many missions I'm in. I'm 12 missions in. And when it shows your overall progress, it is not even at 1%.
Oh, jeez.
So it hasn't moved at all. Also, I joined a random like party, which is kind of like a clan, and a bunch of people in there are OP.
Okay.
So I was able to do some things that I normally wouldn't be able to, like side missions, like how most mobile games have, where it's like you have the story mission, and then there's like weekly or daily events.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
So you're telling me you played 6 missions previously,
Yes.
and you've only beat 6 more?
No, I went back and played through all of them to like see all the story and everything.
Oh, okay.
Just to, like,
so you played 12.
Yeah, I've played
Okay,
12.
okay.
Well, more than 12 because I've done like the weekly things and like other stuff like that. So I've probably played around like 20 missions.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And because I installed the game so long ago, all the events that happened where they gave away like free stuff were just sitting in my like presence thing.
Yeah, claim these.
Yeah, and it can store up to 200. So I had like 100 things.
Oh, so you got a head start on where most people.
So
would.
I had like 30K gems.
Oh wow,
which is substantial. It takes 3,000 to do like a large pull.
Right.
Like if you've ever played a mobile game, a lot of them have
gotcha.
like a gotcha where it's like, oh, you get this character and you got to get them to so many stars and you got to get a bunch of them to rank it up in stars, stuff like that, right?
Right.
Well, there's like a certain pool. It's like, okay, you can get these characters from this and you spend gems, and if you spend a lot of gems, you can get a bunch of them at once at like a discounted rate, right? So I was able to do that, and I was so hype because I got dual wield Roxas.
Oh shit!
8 stars, which is like
how many
crazy.
stars can you get?
I think 8 might be max right now.
Oh, okay.
Based on what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Right? And
so you got an 8-star Roxas
and a couple 7 stars.
Okay.
So you got to like level them up and everything, and if you fuse it with the same of what it is, it levels up way faster. So I was like doing that, right? And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be OP immediately. I go to put him in my party. I take everyone out. I put him in my medals is what they call them.
Mm-hmm.
And you use the medal to attack, right? And I wasn't even close to being able to put just that one piece in. So I'm like, oh my God, what the heck?
So you're not strong enough to use it.
Yeah, I'm not strong enough to even put it in or even use it. So I was like,
I want to point out right now, guys, Jason also has Union Cross open on his phone.
Yeah, because I wanted to talk about a couple things real quick.
And he's playing as he's
I'm
talking.
not playing. I'm not playing.
He's definitely
I'm
playing.
holding it up.
By the way, you have a minute 40.
Okay. I got 1 minute 40 left.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Actually, so at first I was like, damn, this is shitty. I can't use Roxas. But now all I want to do is use Roxas. I want to play so that I can use Roxas.
That's how they get you.
I know. It's so messed up. But one thing I'm not a fan of is they like lock a bunch of content behind a paywall. There's all these missions and like battle gates or whatever that you can go into to unlock characters, but it's like you have to buy like the season pass, and it's like $15. It's pretty whack.
You can't get to it without paying?
As far as I can tell, no. There's like a lock on it. And I was like trying to figure out, I was like, maybe there's like, it shows like a level cap you have to get to, but no, it's legit like paywalled.
Weird.
Yeah.
I
think a lot of mobile games, I played a lot of different mobile games, right? And normally if there's like something that they kind of want to paywall, they make it so you can do it once or something like that.
Or they make it
there's
that
a certain amount of-
eventually you can do it if you grind enough.
Right. Or it's like you have this much energy and you can only do it once. And the only
Right.
way to have enough energy to do it again before it's over is to pay money to get more energy, right?
Right.
But they're just like, nah, all these
Huh.
locked.
Huh.
It's a little weird.
That is weird. I wonder if there's something.
I will give you guys an update if I
If you
find
guys
a way.
know what he's talking about, if you've played Union Cross and you know what he's talking about, let us know in the comments what the deal is with that.
Yeah.
You got 10 seconds.
Some
Sum up your experience in one sentence.
Nothing has happened so far. At least story wise.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Jason Cross's.
Jason Cross.
Jason's Union Cross 5 minutes. If you have any tips for Jason,
Let me know.
let him know in our Discord.
Dude, I got this guy. And guess what? It's Baymax. And he makes me OP.
You got a Baymax medal.
Yeah, so you have like
Nice.
a power gauge.
Jason, this is over
And
the
to
5
use their
minutes.
limit, you have to have a certain amount of like limit bar, right? Or like it's like a counter, right? and so I can get up to 12. And normally they cost like 3 or 4, so you can only use a couple of their special abilities in a row. But Baymax costs 0, and also like maxes mine out.
Nice.
But it's also like OP as well.
Yeah, Baymax is awesome. Of course he's OP.
Right.
Anyway, that's
bonus minute.
That's a bonus minute. Cross. You're welcome, everybody. So now we are going to move on to the next segment of our podcast, which is going to be about critical mode. So that's the meat and potatoes. That's what you guys have been looking for, I think. So after this commercial break, we will be doing that. And I'm excited because we haven't even played it yet.
Right.
So we'll be back with our thoughts. Completely different day. We're time traveling.
Yeah. We might have beaten it on critical mode.
So yeah, we will be right back.
In the end, every heart returns to the darkness whence it came. Darkness conquers all worlds!
Welcome back, everybody, to the Ansem Report podcast. It is now a few days after we originally recorded that first part, and we've played critical mode, Jason.
In its entirety.
No, not at all.
Not
we played
even
a couple
close.
hours. We streamed it, actually, so we can't really lie about how much we played it. But I played it a bunch
Yeah.
off screen, too.
Yeah, I played it a lot.
Yeah, no.
I'm a pro.
So, critical mode is hard,
Yeah.
wouldn't you say?
Critically hard.
It's a critical mode.
Yeah.
There's a few changes to it. They add some new abilities.
Yeah.
Which
Like critical converter, which
Full
makes
di-
it so you don't get attraction flows when you're fighting random mobs, and makes it so that you get a form change every time you fill to the 3 stars and
Right.
then like get after that.
right. Full disclosure, we did, like I said, we did not play it in its entirety, so we don't know if there's any more abilities they add. I don't think so.
Yeah, you start off with a lot of the movement abilities. Like you start out with 3 air slides, so like immediately you kind of feel like you're really strong because you move so fast, and that's just kind of like equated with being strong in most KH games. Except for DDD. You could just move like crack speed.
DD, you can like literally jump out of the map, and it's fine.
But yeah, so you get all those movement abilities, and then you also get, like, most notably is counter, and I can't remember exactly what it's called, but essentially it makes it so that your counter...
Critical counter.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. They're all called
counter.
critical something.
So critical counter makes it so that if you time your block really well, then sword kind of glows like red, and then your like reprisal is him just going off.
It's stronger, yes.
Yeah.
So they gave you some stuff that you don't normally have at the beginning of the game.
Which is normal on critical.
Right, which is a normal thing that for other critical modes. I think if you were looking for more of a challenge in Kingdom Hearts 3, this is where you should go, obviously. It's
Right.
your only option, but I don't know how I feel about it yet. I feel like it suffers, and I hate people that are negative towards KH. I don't hate people, but
I hate
I'm not a fan when people are super negative towards KH3 because it's like, I think it's a fine game.
Yeah.
But, there's certain people in the community that are very outspoken about, oh, it's not fair difficulty, and it's not, and there's a lot of, sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. I think with certain enemies, they're right in this game. For example, the fire bombs.
Yeah, those
who-
are pretty obnoxious.
Who are obnoxious, and they kind of make Hercules pretty tough, because when you're starting at Hercules,
you got like a couple potions.
you don't have all your tools at your disposal,
little
and they
bit of
have to slowly
magic.
teach you, and I don't know, it makes it like so you're tiptoeing a little bit.
Yeah.
We were getting to the point, we got to Toy Box, basically. We played about almost 3 hours, and we got to Toy Box, and we got to the point where your lack of kit wasn't really affecting you as much. Like, you were dying way less.
Yeah, yeah.
But then we decided to stop at we really only wanted to stream for a couple hours, so we
Yeah.
stopped there.
It was partially my own fault, like doing like speedrun tactics.
Right.
Kind of just running past mobs, which is probably not what you want to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's hard. Like any of the mobs can 2-hit you, and
Right.
a bunch of them can 1-shot you.
Yep.
Like even just like a shadow. A shadow literally 1-shot me on stream.
Yes.
Just ran at me and killed me.
Yes.
I was like, I'll take this hit. Whatever. I'll be fine. I'll live. No, you're dead.
Yep. Yep. And that's pretty funny. I don't know that it offered any more real changes though. Like it's the enemies are tougher. You have less HP. They do more damage. You do less damage.
Yeah.
They take less. I guess it's tough for us to pass complete judgment on it because we didn't play the full thing. This is our first impressions, but for someone that's looking for more of a challenge, Jason, do you recommend what you've played so far, Critical Mode?
Yeah. It was a little bit different because it's like when I played Critical, I've beaten all the games on Critical and then Proud on KH1. There's like a certain point where it's like you either need to really, really sit down and focus, and it's not really like something I can totally do on stream, right? Or you have to like sit down, grind some levels out so that you have a little bit of like a comfort zone.
Right.
Another thing that probably would have helped is if we were able to get like second chance and once more, whatever they're called, withstand combo and
I think it's still called once more.
Okay.
No. Once more is called withstand combo. Second chance is still called second chance.
Okay.
I think.
I can't remember, but I mean, I feel like a majority of the people listening will already know.
They'll know what we're talking about.
But yeah, not having that so definitely like makes it a lot harder, especially when like literally a shadow can one-shot you. And also Mike was talking about this on stream, but in some areas it kind of feels like they just had like a little gun and they were like,
they had a little Heartless gun and they were just
more
just dropping dobs of Heartless down. So it's like, oh, this was a 2-wave encounter, now it's a 4-wave encounter.
Yeah.
Or this is a 1-wave encounter, but they added 3 times the shadows. Or
yeah.
So, and I get it. Like, you're trying to make the game more difficult. I'm not a game designer. I'm not going to pretend to be a game designer.
Right.
I still think there's certain aspects of the fighting system that are like unfair, and when you ramp up the difficulty like that, it makes it very obvious.
Yeah.
Like some of the hitboxes for some of the enemy's attacks, like the Rock Titan, him swinging his head around has a ridiculously large hitbox.
Right.
Jason died to that once. But at the same time, you know what you're getting into when you do such a thing. You know, when you're playing Critical, you know? And so to me, it's like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I want Kingdom Hearts 3 to be a different game.
Yeah.
Because it's not.
No.
It is what it is.
I would say my one like actual gripe is that I was having an issue where like sometimes I would get stuck in my attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then other times I wouldn't and I'd be able to block. So like I'd be fighting because there's mobs of Heartless everywhere, right? There's always a lot of them. So if you want to just regular hit them, you're going to put yourself in harm's way because you have to hit them near other ones, right? And so what I would be doing is I'd be hitting one of them while looking at the other one to see if they're going to try and hit me, right? And just to like 1-2 hit and then block, right? And sometimes I would get stuck. Like it just wouldn't block right away. Like it just had like a bunch of end lag or something, like where I couldn't do anything. And then sometimes I wouldn't. So I don't know, like I'd be trying to buffer it because they're like, oh, I see the animation that, like the nobody's doing his little wind-up attack, so I need to be able to block, but I get stuck in my animation. Or I see it, and so I press it, but then it comes out like early. So like I'm used to the buffer, but then it's not sometimes. It was weird. Also, there was some weird things where like I was like, how did I get hit there?
Yeah.
How did I die?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like some of the hitboxes of attacks are like weird, and when they're not doing much damage to you, you don't really notice.
Yeah.
But, or like something that people thought was going to be a much bigger problem with the game when they were showing it before it came out was that during your links you can get hit.
Yeah,
take damage.
I almost died in Meow Wow.
And it's not a problem in the normal game because the normal game they barely hit you, and if they do, it doesn't matter. But it was very noticeable with him using Meow Wow that. You know, he was getting attacked. The fight you got stuck on the most was this the Dusk fight right when you get to Twilight Town.
Yep.
You were on that fight for a while just because these guys were relentless.
Right.
And you didn't die during Meow Wow, but you went into critical mode.
Yeah.
You know, the health beeping. And I thought that was pretty insane. But yeah, I don't want to come off overly negative on it because I think it's good they did this. I think... you know, it hopefully shuts up some of the complainers.
Right.
But I also think it creates a new breed of complainers that are like, well, it's harder, but it's not exactly how I wanted it to be. Or it's too hard now. Well, don't play critical then.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be like they're gonna be like part of the reason I really like playing like KH2 critical was like I died a lot. You know what I mean? And being like, oh, man, I want to beat this, but now Mickey's trying to save me. Do I take it or do I just go, no, I'm gonna actually beat it, right? And so, honestly, like, and I was thinking about this during that fight. The fact that there's not reaction commands kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, you could say, oh, well, then you're just mashing triangle and stuff, right? You're kind of already doing that regardless with all the, like, stuff that you get. But, like, well, I felt like I was more in control, as in, like, oh, this big sweeping thing happens and it does some damage, right?
Part of the problem is, with nobodies in particular,
right?
These enemies were designed
for reaction commands.
So, like the Dusks, you could do that.
The reversal,
sweep around them. The snipers, you could
hit it back at them
and hit their bullets back at them. So these enemies were designed with this in mind. And then somewhere along the line, it was determined reaction commands are bad. They're like quick time events, and it's like, no, they're not. They're not quick time events. They're a different button you hit to do a different thing, but it's not like you're still
situational.
In control. So they decided, hey, we're not going to have these. But then these enemies, they didn't change their behavior.
Right.
I mean, a little bit, but not to the point where you're like, oh, this is still fine. Like they just took away something, but didn't give you something to replace it.
Yeah.
And that's where it's kind of like, ugh, I don't know. And again, these are the kind of flaws that
you don't see until it's harder.
You don't see until you pick up the difficulty level and it's more critical that you do these things properly, And I don't want to say, like I said, I don't want to come off too negative or anything because I really do love Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. And I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of fun playing on critical.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if I will. See, and that's the thing. I understand, though, it's not for me.
Right.
Like, I don't really... I was watching you play, and I really have no interest in doing that. That's something you want to do, and maybe when I was like 10 years younger, I would want to do.
Right.
Right now, I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. Like, there are some games where I'm like playing them and they're hard, and I'm gonna go down to easy. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like I don't have time anymore, especially with like everything we do with the YouTube channel and streaming and the podcast and all that stuff. I don't have time to like waste on stuff. So if I want to get through a game, sometimes, unless it's like really rewarding, like the gameplay, I'm just like, bring it down to easy, because it's like I just don't have time.
Right.
I don't have an hour to spend fighting a boss over and over and over and over.
Right. The
only time recently that I felt like I couldn't go down to easy was Wolfenstein 2.
Okay,
and that's because they take the character and make him look like a baby. If you pick easy mode, they can put a pacifier in his mouth, and I was like, I'm offended by that. I will not do that. But that game was hella hard, and so I just don't. And that's an adult thing. I think that's the thing. The more you grow up, the more you're like, the less I have time for doing shit like that.
Right.
And that's why when people are like, oh, are you gonna play Sekiro? And it's like, I have no interest in that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it's like a Dark Souls game, right?
Right.
And we don't really play those.
Well, right. Outside of like the meme of it, where it's like, oh, it'd be funny if we like did a YouTube episode where I tried to play this and just got killed over.
Well, we did that with what game was it? It was like the samurai one.
No, we never did it.
Oh, it never posted?
No, we never did it.
I thought we did it.
No, Neo?
Like one, yeah.
No, you just watched me play it. And then we were talking about doing it, and then we never did.
Ah.
Yeah, we never did that with Neo. Yeah, I just don't... I'm not into, like, hey, I want to get angry at my controller and throw it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, I don't... that doesn't appeal to me anymore.
Yeah. When I was playing, I felt pretty, like, limited. Like, and it's the beginning of the game. There was not like clear windows where it's like, okay, now you can go in, right?
Right.
Like there wasn't like when I'm fighting like the dark side or like the bosses are fine, right? But like when you're fighting the mobs, there's no besides using magic and just like mashing guard or whatever to hope that the one actually hits you. then it's like,
well, right, and that's like the problem I started to realize when we were speedrunning or you were speedrunning, I guess. I wasn't speedrunning, but I was with you. It's like Hercules felt like the most boring part of it because they don't give you all your kit till the end of the stage, you know? And so that makes it harder in critical mode because while they give you more than they do on standard or beginner or proud, they don't give you enough, I think. And you had turned off attraction flow, which we didn't realize till we finished Hercules World, and we were like, oh shit. So that made it even more so.
Right.
But even then, I feel like they're not going to throw that many attractions at you because like you were using all of your kit and it wasn't enough.
No, like not even close.
And it shouldn't, I get if it's not always enough, but it should be most of the time.
Yeah,
Like it should reward you for using all your different abilities. But instead it's like, well, now your ability's gone. You got to dodge around until your ability comes back, or you got, you know, I don't know.
It's like they thought people hated the attractions, right?
Well, people did. People like,
so they go, okay, you can take that out, and now you always get a form change, right? But like, that's not like fast enough. Like you're not strong enough, nor like it doesn't build up fast enough for it to like balance out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we turn the traction flow on and then it just does a lot of damage, right?
Well,
and then you also are like you're not getting hit while it's going. You know what I mean? Right. So there's just so much more reasons to have it.
Well, that's what bothers me about like the Kingdom Hearts community sometimes in general is it's like there's all these people like they made this cool thing for the game that's not like, you know, cliche.
Right. Well, there's like parts of the game that's like made for too.
Right.
To like highlight it so that you're like, dang, this is cool.
Well, and yeah, it's annoying that you accidentally hit triangle to open a treasure chest and it activates, right?
That's not like a meme.
And that's the meme though, but like people wouldn't shut up about it. And so Nomura gets this feedback, everybody like, well, can you turn the attraction flows off? Can you turn the attraction flows off? Can you turn the attraction flows off? And it's like, that's not what they designed. That's their game. And that's what they designed. It's like, and so it sucks that they felt the need they had to do that because I think there was a way to maybe balance it better. But the feedback he got was turn it off.
Right.
Fucking turn it off, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is cool, wonderful thing that ties into Disney in a different way.
Yeah.
And now everybody's bitched enough about it where it's like, turn it off. And so the Kingdom Hearts 4 ain't going to have attraction flow. I'm going to tell you right now.
Probably not, no.
It ain't going to have attraction flow. And that's lame because it's like, it was a new thing they did and they tried and it didn't work 100%. But it worked enough for me.
Right, yeah. Like if in Kingdom Hearts 4 there was attraction flows, but they did it better, and there was like cooler, bigger, whatever, right?
Right. My biggest disappointment is they didn't go far enough with it.
Right.
There wasn't like a Splash Mountain one, and there wasn't like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they could have even like because a lot of the rides
because it was cool at first when we were playing. We were like, oh shoot, like using the new ones. Right. Oh crap, this is a new one. We gotta use it now, right? But then it was like after 5, that's all of them.
Right,
you know?
Right. If they would have even done like some of the, you know, because they have the links. Like Disney now is mostly focused on character-driven rides, right?
Yeah.
They used to make rides like Big Thunder Mountain, which is just like a gold mine roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
Or Splash Mountain, or Space Mountain, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They did mountains for a while there. But now all the rides are like, it's the Seven Dwarves Mine Train.
Yeah.
Or
the Avatar ride. This movie
the
ride.
Star Wars experience. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. If they would have taken some of that stuff even and gone, oh, remember the Seven Dwarves from like Birth by Sleep? Well, now you get their train ride. And so it's a link tied with an attraction flow.
Right.
That shit would have been dope.
It would have been.
But instead, I got people bitching at on Twitter about how, during this attraction, I gotta ride the roller coaster, pirate ship.
Yeah. I think the main reason people didn't like it is because they overall felt like they weren't as much in control of what was happening. And then that just exasperated it, right? Honestly, I thought, I was thinking about it, and like, if they brought like more situation commands in, like reaction commands, right? And then have a way to where you like you'd have to change the control scheme, right? Where like if you're using an attraction flow, you like press like both the joysticks in or something, right? And then reaction commands or whatever and form changes would still be on triangle. And then like your reaction command would just like take priority or something.
Right.
Or you could just completely change it to where everything that was previously a triangle is just like you press it in or whatever.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, they'd have to do something different for reaction commands to come back, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I like that they're doing stuff like they're listening to people that are like, oh, we want critical mode.
Right.
But you know what? People aren't always right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people aren't always, they're not always right. Like I'm
Right.
sorry. Like the internet is not always right. It's just not. And especially like
And
internet
the problem
fandoms.
is it stays undefeated.
Right. Internet fandoms aren't always right, especially
No.
Kingdom Hearts fandoms. When you got like red mohawked maniacs and like vests with chains hanging all over them screaming at the fucking camera about how you got to use the fucking shortcut menu to otherwise what kind
dirty.
of monster are you if you don't use the shortcut. It just they're not always right.
Yeah.
They're not. And I guess the majority feedback you got is that hey, we want to be able to remove traction flows, and that's fine. I guess. I don't know why I'm getting all bent out of shape about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like they tried to do something cool.
Without it, it just felt like not even like hard, but just like, well, now there's not much to do.
Right.
You know?
I mean, you know what? If there's a world where they replace it with like more team up moves with Donald and Goofy and the
Right.
people you team up with in their worlds, I'm into that.
Mhm.
But like you're taking out a chunk of the game.
Yeah.
A chunk of your options for combat, and I just don't think that doesn't make it better.
No.
It just doesn't, and so people are wrong. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
internet, you're
Well,
all
and,
wrong
like-
and I'm right.
Well, and they also like changed the AI for it to be like better, right?
Yeah.
So now all of them are just swarming you now.
Yeah, that's true.
Like-
And so you don't have those AOE moves area of
Yeah, to like deal with
effect
those.
moves to
yeah.
deal because that's what the
Right.
splash run is the best AOE move of all time.
Right.
It literally just engulfs everything.
And
you
just
know,
one shots it all.
right? Pirate ship, great AOE move.
Right.
Big
Right.
the coaster you only use twice.
Yeah. It's dope both times
Yeah,
though.
it is. Man, it's cool in that Heartless fight.
Yeah. It is pretty dope.
All right. Well, anything else you got to say about critical mode, Jace? You said you'd recommend it.
I would recommend it.
If
I'm
you want a
definitely gonna play through
challenge, check it out. I mean, it's free.
it. Right.
We didn't get to check out like the new game plus stuff, but from what I understand,
It's just keyblades.
it's just keyblades and selfies.
Yeah.
I don't know why you want to bring your selfies over.
Yeah.
It just seems weird.
They also like made it so there's more. I don't know if we talked about it when we were talking about the Passion
There's
stuff.
300 instead of 200 photos, right?
I thought it was 200
Or
instead
200
of
instead of
100.
100? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, can we talk about something real quick? I kind of a tangent.
Yeah.
Do you like having a photo mode in a game?
I think it.
Okay, let me rephrase that.
I think it
Let me
works
rephrase that.
fine.
Is a photo mode a feature that you're like, I have to have it?
It depends, because there's a lot of I think it. Like if it takes away from the game, which like I feel like a majority of the time it doesn't. Whenever
I think
people
it's
add
fine
that,
to add, but I've seen people on Twitter say, and I quote, "Hey, game developers, if your game has a photo mode, I am 90% more likely to buy your game." What?
I think it's just an exaggeration.
Am I missing something? Because I think photo modes are kind of dumb.
I don't know. It's like
they're funny, but they're like, it's like, oh, look at this funny. I used it the one time when I first got the game. Look, Link's he's pointing up like this
yeah.
at the fucking volcano.
No, it's 'cause
it's like
it's-
cool, but
It's because it's all clout chasers on Reddit. They're all looking for karma. Like they're all looking for upvotes. That's all it is.
that's actually
That's literally all it is.
It's actually an
they just
interesting
walk
theory.
around in camera mode trying to get a cool picture so that it goes viral on Reddit, on r/games or r/pictures or r/funny. They repost it in 4 different Reddits.
So you're saying that's what I should be doing?
Yes.
Oh.
We have to chase more clout.
Yeah, we need more Cloud. I
And
guess.
Cloud. Please bring Cloud back.
Bring Cloud back to Kingdom Hearts, please. We miss you. Cloud, baby, come back to
What?
Kingdom Hearts.
What? What?
Actually, I don't miss Cloud.
I miss him.
miss Leon.
I miss Squall.
Also,
The
I
real
wish,
Leon.
Can we retcon KH2 to have a scene where you're walking, or not KH2? No, KH2 is fine. You're walking through Hollow Bastion, and
I already know what
there's a courtyard, and there's a hot dog vendor, and Zell is just sitting there eating hot dog after hot dog after hot dog.
Okay, that's not what I thought.
What
but
do you
that's
think I was
legit.
gonna say?
I thought you'd be like, you're walking through, and you see Aerith, and you're like, "Oh, hi, Aerith," and she just gets stabbed.
No,
in the back.
what the heck? Spoilers, dude. Beep. Yeah, no, I don't want that. I want Zell just eating hot dogs.
Dude, yeah, bring Zell. Why is Zell not in Cage?
Dude, Hayner could have been Zell.
Right.
I've said this a million times.
Make Hayner Zell. Redact Selfie.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like, Olette literally looks like Selfie.
Right.
And Pence could be Irvin.
No, Pence could be what's his name? He goes. He's Laguna's boy, the fat boy.
Oh, the mute
Ward.
guy.
Ward.
The guy who loses his vocal
No,
cords.
yeah, but like before that, because he's younger.
why would it?
That's young
Why would it
Ward.
be him though? He doesn't hang out with
He's
them.
he's big boy.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta have
don't
a big
know.
boy.
I think it should have been Zell, Irvin, and Selfie, or
Quistis.
Quistis instead of Selfie, or it should have been Laguna, Ward, and Kairos.
That would have been so sick.
Get Hayner, Pence, and Olette out of here.
Right.
Actually, Olette's fine; she can stay. But
I don't know.
I'm into it.
KH2
Anyway.
Olette. Should be hitting different.
Before we go. Before we go, we actually have another comment that I'd like to read. Are you ready for this?
Hit me with it.
This is from Kevin's with a Z PC. It's his name.
What up, Kevin's?
And this
PC.
is on our organization episode.
Okay, which
13th
one?
episode.
Oh, wait, no, 13. Okay. For a second, I thought that was 2 episodes, but it was the
No, it was
Sleeping
just one.
Realms that was multiple.
Yeah. And he actually corrected us on something, which
Oh,
I really
snap.
appreciate. Chain of Memories for the Game Boy Advance was out before KH2, but Riku didn't straight up fight Zexion in that version. After KH2, they confirmed his weapon as a book in Chain of Memories. Also, Ansem was Riku's Chain of Memories boss. And I remember that now.
Okay.
He's right. Also, your reason for liking young Xehanort's final moments is my top reason for hating him.
Oh my god.
It was the pinnacle of immature schoolyard sore loserness. No class, no honor, just scrub lord.
All
And
right.
my response to you, Kevins, is thank you for the correction. You're absolutely right. And I knew I was missing something on that as to why Zexion didn't have his book. Because I was like, Chain of Memories definitely came out before KH2.
Right.
And you were like, no, it didn't. And I was like, oh, okay, it didn't. Rechain didn't. And
Yeah.
they changed it in Rechain. But also, about young Xehanort, that's how you know he's the top heel in the company, is because you don't like him because of his actions.
Right. He's
a
doing
good
his
heel.
job.
He's doing his job. You hate him, but you love to hate him.
Yes.
Anyway, we're going to end this episode here. Thank you, Kevin's PC, for the comment. If you want to hit us up, you know how to do it. You can go on YouTube. You can go email us at answemreportpodcast@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Twitter at SpikeGettyBros. Or
don't remember. That's all I
get
was-
it memorized that we have a Discord now. That the link will be in the description of both the podcast and the video podcast on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So come hit us up on there. Come chill with us. We'll chat. We'll do our thing, okay?
Oh,
so
yeah.
thank you guys so much for listening and watching. And next week, unless some more news drops, I believe we have a different Kingdom Hearts theory to talk about.
Okay.
Don't we, Jason?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we have a different Kingdom Hearts theory. I'm not going to drop the name. You guys can guess as to
There's
which
a
one
couple
it is.
different theories.
Yeah, there's a couple ones we go with. We haven't actually decided yet. But
Okay.
next week, we're going to talk some theories. Because we like talking theories with you guys. Because that's our favorite thing about Kingdom Hearts personally. Is,
Right. I mean, like,
is
it's like,
what
well, it's
if-
this or this. Or
what if the
this.
blonde kid is Sora? And everybody's like, yeah, right, dude. And it's like, he is Sora. He's right.
Oh my god!
Anyway, Jace, hit him with it.
May your heart be your guiding key.
Bye, everybody.